stop everything you're doing right now in Raid Shadow Legends, because the October Halloween fusion we've all been waiting for is finally here. October the 26th will be the day this fusion launches, so you have a few days to prepare. If you've already seen the fusion and prep right here, event is going on right here, so you can prepare in 6 days. Save all your energy, save all your gems, and in this video I want to go over his skills and even decide whether it's even worth it or it's something you can skip over. But before we go into this champion and every craziness he has in Raid, let's talk about a 10x event that is coming up to obtain Duchess from your ancient shard, your secret shards, and your primal shards. That will be in line with this CVC that is launching tomorrow, being Tuesday. So if you're going to be pulling your shards to help your clan win CVC, you might be one of those lucky champions who obtain this Duchess from ancient shards, secret shards, and primal shards for those spenders. And then for those players who want to pull shards on Tuesday, it will be a Necrit the Great that is part of the 10x that you can obtain on Wednesday and help your clan win CVC. This CVC doesn't have personal rewards, right? I don't think it has personal rewards. No, there is no personal rewards attached to it. So whenever there's no personal rewards attached to it, that's why you see these great legendary champions being added. That is Necrit and Duchess. Now on the 24th is going to be a 3 times chance event, 3x chance event of obtaining this, what you call this set, regeneration set right here from the Fire Knight. That's the 3rd event that is launching on the 24th of October right here. If you want this sweet regen set, 24th is the day to farm it. You can save energy for that. All right, now the main thing we came here for is to find out some information about this new fusion that just launch into the game. Well, it's about to launch into the game. His name, his skills, his abilities, and every craziness that he has coming for you, and whether the noob to pro can go for this or not. Let me quickly tell you what Raid says about this champion. Is a few things. I'll tell you straight up that this champion is from the banner lords. You can tell from his character design and everything. He's the banner lords faction champion. He's a legendary champion. He's gonna be a HP based champion, and his force affinity. Now, I wanted to read out what Raid says about him before I show you his skill. What Raid says about him, that Timid the Fool, that's his name. Timid the Fool, like a Joker, right? He has that character design of a Joker. He's a valuable asset when it comes to control abilities. Control abilities, that's what they say. Is it stun? Is it freeze? Is it sleep? Is it provoke? Those are all control abilities, but which one will he have? Say he's going to shine bright in arena, but will also come in handy in PvE locations, because yes, we use control in those two places whenever and wherever you need that control. Yes, that's what they say. Being a Halloween themed champion, Timit will operate with fear and through fear. I didn't mention those two, so but those are also in line with Halloween celebrations. I get fear and through fear is a feeling that you get when you see those scary clowns, which he kind of looks like. And paired with Kaja the Wear, is that a new champion that will also be launched or one that already exists in the game? He will unleash his full potential. That means he kind of relies on Kaja the Wear and gains some extra benefits along the way. So if he's with that champion, he will gain some benefits. Hopefully they don't limit what will happen to him when she's not on the team, because people don't usually want to pair champions like that except it's for damage dealing or something. Then from the attached, yeah, I think that's all they say about him right here. His avatar, his character design, and everything. So is that just a champion that will do control? I thought they would say he'll do this, he'll do that, he can use him here. They went straight to the point that this is only going to be a champion that does fear. Let's see his character in detail, in skills and all that, and hopefully he will do more than just placing fear on the enemies. On the A1, he attacks one enemy. Each hit heals this champion by 10% of their max HP. So that's a heal. He's going to heal himself by 10% of his max HP. That means since his damage is based on HP, you build a lot of HP on this champion. If the target has no active buffs, each hit also fills this champion turn meter by 10%. That's a good, because if you go against people who do not have buffs, I guess you do a heal and turn meter fill. That's a unique A1, never seen. Well, we normally see A1 heal, yes, but A1 heal and turn meter fill per hit. That's 20% turn meter fill, hopefully. And yeah, it will be a good heal for him, plus books unspent on him for more healing. Test Your Strength is a 6-turn cooldown skill. When you book it, it will be a 4-turn cooldown. He attacks all enemies, decreases the duration of all enemy buffs by 3 turns. If there are no enemies with active buffs, grant an extra turn. What is it with this champion with an active buffs? It does decrease duration of all enemy buffs, but if there are no enemies with any active buffs, he just grants an extra turn. So the skill is not wasted. Always grants an extra turn if Kaja the Wearer is on the same team. So that's not a bad condition right here. So at least they did not limit his ability to decrease the duration of buffs. Their skill, that's as good as removing all their buffs. When you decrease the duration of enemy buffs by 3 turns, it's as good as removing all their buffs. I just read it again, and that's what it means, that if you decrease the duration of their buffs, it's basically like removing the buff. Just say it removes all enemy buffs. But if there are no buffs, he will get an extra turn. So this means this skill that is a 4-turn cooldown will most likely be seen as a 3-turn cooldown if you use it against champions who have no buffs to remove or to decrease. Attacks all enemies before attacking places increased accuracy buff on all allies for 2 turns. Places a true fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. That's a good one because he will also boost his own accuracy. So I like that. If there are no buffs on the enemy, you can start the battle with this. Or if there are no block and debuff buff on them, I mean, you can start the battle with this skill right here. Increase accuracy before it even goes in with the A2. Because that true fear on all enemies for 1 turn is crazy good, right? We still have one or two champions in raid who do it the most, and they are useful, yes, in PvP or even PvE. So that's the 4-turn cooldown skill also on that A3. Now, for the passive, whenever an enemy skill successfully activates while they are under fear or a true fear debuff, fills Timid's turn meter by 10%, because some enemies can still be lucky enough to get a turn while under true fear. It's rare though, but you might still get a turn. So that's it. Whenever an enemy skill does not activate because they are under fear or true fear debuff, places provoke debuff on them for 1 turn. This particular effect will only apply when Kaja is on the same team. So the down part is not gonna be happening a lot. That provoke will not happen a lot, but the top part that are just gonna boost his turn meter field by 10% will happen more often. So Kaja the Wearer, I don't know, I still don't know that champion, except she does something crazy good that you want to pair them together. But for now, I don't know if she's gonna be a good pair with him or if he's gonna be run alone in every team that you see him in. So Timit the Fool is gonna be a true fear champion, a true fear king who is going to boost his accuracy before he places that true fear, which is good. You do not need, well, that means he will reach high amount of accuracy and even be able to place it on those enemies that have enough resistance if he's lucky enough. He will also be making sure that he removes those buffs from the enemies. But these days, people put protection on all their buffs, so he can even decrease the duration of those protection buffs that cannot be removed or controlled. So he's gonna be useful somewhere. So control. I'm trying to give him a verdict. I can't really decide whether this is what raid needs. I think they just tried to do an Halloween champion and just did true fear on him. That's what it looks like. Halloween champion, true fear on him. So is this the best way to control enemies in raid? No, because true fear and fear are not like 100% chance that the enemies might not get a turn. It doesn't work on bosses. And of course, you cannot control a lot of bosses in raid. It's just for wave content. And these days, we like to just go into the wave and clear them. We don't want to go to wave and start controlling them. Depends on your level that you are in raid. But as for my new to pro, true fear will come in handy. I do not have any champion on that account that does true fear. So I'll see my resources later in the evening to put out a video whether the new to pro will go for this or not. But for my main account, I get every champion because I can. I will be going for this fusion, and from the information released so far, it seems like this is going to be an old school fusion. It doesn't say it's a fragment, right? No, it's not an old school fusion, it's a fragment. Okay, I read that again. So if it's going to be a fragment fusion, that means it's going to be easy to obtain. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I hope they don't do any shenanigans with the event calendar. When it finally comes out, I'll break that down. But for now, since it's going to be a fragment champion, it's going to be easier to obtain for my Noob Pro and my main account. So we'll have to see resources that I have on that account. But let me know what you think about this champion in the comments. So far, he's not going to be game changing. Endgame players who are looking for Tarash and Mariska, looking for Gnot and Akrizia and all those people who spend money, Duchess, they're not going to look at this champion. I'm like, what am I going to do with this? So that's the way most people will look at him. I'll even compare him, or he's kind of similar with this other champion in Raid. If I can show you, not in terms of the passive and other stuff, but in terms of his type of gameplay, and not a damage dealer either. So I don't know if he's going to be a damage dealer, but from what I can see, it doesn't seem like he's a damage dealer. So let me just go and show you which champion I'm talking about that I'm trying to compare him. One I do not have. He's going to be, is he a skinwalker or an undead? Somebody, yeah, Mashalad. So he's well compared with this one, I guess, in terms of this True Fear. He places True Fear and a leash debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. His True Fear is on a 2-turn. 3-turn cooldown, True Fear. He doesn't increase his accuracy though, and he does a lot of damage. So that's the kind of difference. This one is more built like a damage dealer than a pure debuffer. Why this new champion coming into this game, he will be mostly built like a debuffer by most people. High accuracy, full triple set of perception, high speed, and that's all he needs, I guess. Maybe a little bit of HP for his shield and stuff. So let me know in the comments how whether you're gonna go for this one, being an old school fusion, whether it's gonna be easily obtained or not. We'll wait for the fusion calendar. Check out the video I put out in the evening later from the New to Pro perspective. Let's see how many resources we have, whether we are fusion ready. So I'll call that a fusion prep later in the evening. So all right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Timit the Fool coming in 26th of October. Fusion prep is already in game, so save your gems, save your energy, save your silver, and save all those resources. Don't go crazy on this upcoming CVC, and save all your resources if you're gonna obtain this champion, and save him for maybe the faction of that banner lot, which Noob Pro will definitely use him for faction war. That's what we're trying to do. He doesn't stand up as a champion that I'll use in dungeons. He doesn't stand out as a champion I'll use in PvP. Doesn't also stand out as a champion I'll use in clan boss or Hydra. So at that point, when you're not going to use him in all those other important content, you're thinking, so it's just sometimes when I need True Fear. Let me not put him down yet until we see what other people are saying about him and how he will be damage test and all those stuff, how he works in the game, what his base speed will be, his base stats and all that stuff. Until we see all that before we can decide. But from what his skills is saying so far, it's just like a normal debuffer, True Fear, and a little bit of buff control for the enemies. Help me hit like, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more daily raid challenges content. I'll see you later in the evening for the Noob to Pro fusion prep. Later, guys.